What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Twigger and I have another high ELO commentary for you, focusing this time on Cloud9's Hai, who is the mid laner for Cloud9. Sadly, he wasn't able to attend the All-Star games that were going on in Paris this week, but he apparently had a collapsed lung or something like that, so I definitely hope that he's feeling better. I think I saw him on the stream a little while ago, so seems as though he's doing okay, but he's playing Leblanc in this game, and I hope that even though he does have a collapsed lung, that he's going to be able to put on quite a show for you guys. So he does play a pretty mean Leblanc. Very, very good mechanically at her. I wouldn't say that he's the best LeBlanc player that I've seen, especially when compared to people like Bjergsen or Faker. But he can definitely hold his own on LeBlanc, and he is definitely a very talented assassin player. But I'm not going to talk about that right now because it looks like we already have the first gank going on here against this Jax in the mid lane. A great counter-strike, but not going to be enough. Nightblue is actually going to pick that one up. Want to talk about that as well. Nightblue is a very well-known streamer on Twitch, known for his jungling, very talented. I believe he's actually also a sub for Team Solo Mid. I could be very mistaken by that, but I think he might be in that department. But going to be exciting to see him in the jungle. I know he's very, very talented in the jungle, and Pantheon is a very good champion of his, so should make for at least a very interesting game to watch. But talking about Hai here for a little bit, playing on Cloud9, he is on one of the best teams in the world, I would say. Definitely in America, at least. He has been dominating the scene with his team. But in comparison to some of the other teams in Korea and places like that, not necessarily the best. But just going to watch what happens here. Nightblue gets caught a little bit. Lee Sin trying to do some damage to him. He's going to actually do a lot of damage to Pantheon here, but not exactly going to be enough, it looks like. No, actually, he does end up picking up the Pantheon, but then the gold card comes up. Sadly, that flash, even though it was very good over that thick wall, not quite enough to get away from that TF. So, kill for a kill there, and now TF running away with the double buff. Definitely some scary stuff for that mid lane. Hai going to have a little bit of an interesting time with that, but as I was saying previously, Cloud9 has not really seemed to stack up to the world-renowned teams like SK, T1K, OMG. Like, they've been doing pretty well, but in comparison to how they do in NA, where they just dominate everybody, against some of those other teams, the Chinese teams and the Korean teams, they're not really stacking up as much as they would like. So, gonna be interesting to see what they take back from the All-Star games that have been going on, and see if they have learned some stuff coming into the new LCS. No, the new LCS split, I should say, and especially with LMQ coming into the LCS in NA. Should be interesting to see if they learned anything from that Chinese team. But a lot of damage going down to Akali, but Nightblue coming up here as Pantheon is going to do a ton of damage to Jax, and that's going to be an easy kill for them. Jax trying to turn it around. But Hai going in onto this TF. They do manage to stun him up. The Q landing from Lee Sin. The heal coming out of TF. Going to try to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Hai is probably going to pick up this kill. But it looks like actually Lee Sin is going to be the one picking up that kill. Getting his double buffs back. Definitely a welcome surprise for the Lee Sin, picking up those 2 buffs again. And he's going to just go back into the jungle and try to help his team out. He's sitting at 2-1-0, which is a pretty good score being a jungler at only 5.5 minutes into the game. But Nightblue sitting with the same sort of score, only 1 additional assist. But the main difference now is that the Lee Sin now has his double buffs for an additional couple of minutes. So he should try to make something happen there. If it's not ganks, it should be trying to find Nightblue in the jungle and try to pick him off, considering that he has the buffs and Nightblue doesn't. So Caitlyn giving a nice little net to get away from that one. Just kind of talking about the lanes a little bit here. Zyra, not a support we're used to seeing very frequently anymore. Something I also have to mention, though, Yellow Pete from EU. Oh my god, I'm trying to... Evil Geniuses, there we go. I kept on trying to say CLG EU, but that is not the case anymore. TF taking a little bit more damage in this mid lane, but Yellow Pete from Evil Geniuses in America now. He was on CLG EU. He was also on the Evil Geniuses in Europe before they split up. Is playing this lovely little Lulu support. Doesn't actually get his AD carry, which he's known to be playing, but he is going to be playing a support, so going to be interesting to see how he does on that support Lulu. Hai coming out to try to support this Lee Sin, but he is going to be taken down by Pantheon, and now Hai's actually going to have to run away from the Pantheon because now he has double buff. So Lee Sin dying there is now giving Nightblue the double buff again. So Lee Sin not really making any use out of that freshly made double buff, refreshed. I'm trying to formulate a sentence here. But yeah, just unfortunate that Lee Sin got a little bit caught there. Hai sadly could not help him with that one. But you can't really do everything. So looking a little bit at the CS here, not really any huge leads to say the least. 43 to 40 in terms of Jax in the top lane. No real difference between the junglers. 41 to 39 in favor of Hai's Leblanc, and 54 to 51 in the bot lane. So the main difference actually, I'm actually going to talk about the fight going on here, and wow, Akali just doing a ton of damage to Jax, picking that one up very easily. Opting to go for that Seeker's arm guard pretty early to counteract a little bit of the attack damage coming out of Jax, and it seems to have paid off for her. Akali's currently doing a very good job up in that top lane. But the main difference in the farm, I guess, would be that Lulu 13 to 1, gonna have a little bit of extra gold. But Pantheon choosing to jump into this red buff, and it looks like Lee Sin might be in a bit of a pickle here. It looks like the TF is not actually going to try to engage on this one, but Nightblue using his ultimate very smartly right there, just jumping right onto that red buff, knowing that Lee Sin was there and making sure that he secures that one. So all in all, some pretty strategic plays going on here. Nightblue actually looking like he's going to be coming up to this blue buff. Is something actually going to happen here? No, it just looks like Hai's going to pick that one up. And they're just going to go on their merry way. I'm just going to turn on the direct-to-cam here because it knows the action a little bit better than I do. I have been told that I've got to turn the direct-to-cam off a little bit when I'm talking about other things on the map, so I will certainly try to do that. Thank you anybody who's actually been giving me some constructive criticism. I love hearing it, and I want to try to make content that's better for you guys. But while I'm saying that, Akali flashes and ults in that Shadow Dash, just destroying the Zyra. And it looks like that might have actually baited in iKennyU, that Lucian. Not going to be taken down by the ace in the hole, but still doing a ton of damage and making the bot lane very uncomfortable for the blue team. But Jax is coming up now to probably take on a little bit of that turret damage. I don't know how much he's actually going to get done, but I will stay up here because there's nothing more satisfying than a Jax destroying a turret. Let's just listen in here. Oh, he doesn't even really have the attack speed that I want, but nice little sound there of a Jax destroying a turret. But now just looking back into this mid lane, both mid laners do have their blue buffs. I want to look at the mid lane. Thank you very much. So they do have their blue buffs. Going to be a lot of spamming coming out here. Hai has now started to secure a little bit more of a CS lead, 66 to 49. Probably going to stop this B from the TF. Just going to avoid those wild cards there. Not really much to say about the item builds here. TF already having that early magic resistance. Probably going to be turning those into a Merc Treads. But wow, a lot of damage coming out of Hai there, but a gold card going to kind of stop that onslaught. While Hai, on the other hand, going for those double Doran's blades and getting an early amplifying tome. Don't know what he's going to be building that into, but here comes a gank onto Nightblue, just completely whiffing his Heartseeker Strike, but that is still going to be a kill onto the Zyra, and it looks like the Lucian's going to be able to get away from this one. Nightblue completely missing his Heartseeker Strike, but you know what? It looked good. And now here comes the ultimate from Nightblue. Is actually going to find Lucian, and he's going to jump in and pick up the kill. That was an amazing amount of intuition coming out of Pantheon there, knowing that Lucian would probably be being just behind the turret, picks him off with his ultimate, and that's just a free kill for him. Very, very nicely playing. It's one of the things that I love seeing about Nightblue is that he's played so many jungle games that he's got this down to a science. He knows where people be, he knows what to do after a gank, he knows how to set up ganks, so just sidestepping that Leblanc stun. Now TF getting in here, stunning up the Lee Sin a little bit, has to safeguard over to a ward that he just put down, and that's pretty much going to be the end of this fight. But it looks like Leblanc is now actually in a bit of a precarious situation. Going to have to run through a pink ward if he goes that way, but it's looking like he's just going to go straight in for that TF. Nothing actually going to come in from this one, but the first dragon of the game is going in favor of that purple team. No, actually, never mind. Sorry, I thought that since the turret went down, the dragon went down, but no, it did not. No dragons have been taken right now. It was the bot lane turret. I will look at that right now. Look at that. Bot lane turret down. And now it looks like Zyra in a bit of a bad situation. Going to get hit by that ace in the hole. And now LeBlanc coming in here. Going to be tapered on by 3 people. Nightblue actually getting that stun off even through the flash of Hai. The stun coming down from Hai is going to actually be canceled by that TF stun. And now they're just trying to run away from this one. Lee Sin in a bad situation is going to actually get stunned up, and now apparently we want to look up at the top side. But Lee Sin's going to get away from this one. Hai did end up going down. He's now sitting at 1-0-1-1. But now also Jax going down in the top lane. Going to have to rewind this one. Let's see what happens here. Akali just probably doing a ton of damage. Just gets stunned up by the counter strike, and now Akali's going to put a ward in there. Going to put down the ignite, and that's going to be one dead Jax. But while this was all going on, the TF ultimate comes out, and now it looks like Lee Sin is probably going to get taken down. Yeah, he's just accepting defeat here. And that is going to be Corey or IK Ori, taking down that Lee Sin. Very, very nice play from this purple team. They are really just winning in every sense of this game. Currently sitting at 12 kills to the 2 of the blue team. 20.6k gold to 15.4k. At only 12 minutes into the game, this is a very difficult spot to come back from if you're the blue team right now. If I was high right now, I'd be very, very nervous that this is probably an unwinnable game. Unless they have some pretty incredible picks, but when you are this far behind, you're going to be looking for picks. You're going to be trying to take people down who are separated from the enemy team. And I can't say that there's probably anybody better than picking off those people than LeBlanc. So if they do manage to find somebody and High manages to get the whole combo down, should be able to pick somebody off pretty darn quickly and start getting that that gold lead a little bit back in your favor. But right now we got a little bit of a fight down in this blue side jungle. Lucian going to jump through the golems right there. Nightblue doing a ton of damage to him, but it looks like Nightblue might actually not go down. IKennyU is trying to keep himself alive here. Lee Sin is now coming in here. Yellow Pete taking a little bit of damage, but it looks like Lee Sin taking way more damage. Zyra's now here for the support, and it looks like they're just going to disengage on this one. A lot of damage going down, but no kills actually found there. It looks like High's LeBlanc was trying to come down, but not actually going to follow through on that one. Jax doing a little bit of damage to Akali, and Akali now going to do a lot of damage back to Jax. So Jax finally putting the Counter-Strike out, but not actually going to hit Akali, just going to Shadow Dash to a minion. Akali does not currently have a stack of the Shadow Dash. No, she does have one. So I wonder why she didn't go in on that one. Curious. I wonder what she's thinking. But yeah, pretty action-packed game, I've got to say. A lot of action going on in the top lane, but 2-0-3 for Akali to the 0-4-0 of Jax. Very difficult to come back from that one. Akali being one of those hyper carry late game champions, and being so far ahead in the early game against the Jax, it's going to take Jax a very long time to actually ramp up to a point where he's going to be doing a lot of damage to the Akali. But looks like Akali now roaming down, going to jump in onto High, has to use that ultimate on the distortion to get away from this one, but Akali going to guess the right one. Does not have another Shadow Dash. Is going to be taking a few turret shots and the Ignite from High, but High is going to at least survive from this one. Has to burn just his ultimate to get out of that one. Doesn't actually have his flash available. So all in all, pretty good thing for High to get away from that. But yeah, Akali making the roams now because Jax really is not all that much of a threat to her. But yeah, things are still going on the way that they normally are going. Nightblue coming up here to take a little bit of farm. Still very even amongst the farmers. Nobody going for the Feral Flare, but here comes the TF ultimate. The Counter-Strike going for the Jax, but that gold card is going to hold him in place. Jax is going to try to run away from this one, but this is going to be a very dead Jax. And now it looks like the Akali getting in there for that Shadow Dash. Going to pick up that last hit and get herself her 3rd kill of the game, and Jax's 5th death. The ultimate coming out of Kate there, trying to do some damage, but it looks like it was probably blocked by a plant. But High now in a bit of a bad situation. Can't actually even use his distortion right now because he was a little tiny squirrel because of Yellow Pete and his polymorph. Very, very well played by Yellow Pete there, making sure that High could not escape that one, and Pantheon getting in there to stun him up and doing a ton of damage to take him down very easily. So Pantheon and Caitlyn just taking down this dragon, the first dragon of the game. Now I can finally say that. Lee Sin even missing his Q, not even being able to get in there to try to contest that one. But now we're looking at a 28.6k to 20.5k gold lead in favor of the purple team, 14-2. And oh my god, Yellow Pete doing so much damage. It's not the best thing in the world when your ADC can pretty much be soloed by the support of the opposing team. But here comes TF trying to help out the Akali a little bit. Zyra locking down the Kate. Not really going to do a whole ton, but Lee Sin is now here. But IKennyU taking a ton of damage. Has to pop that heal. And now Kate is a little bit out of position here. Is going to get shut down by the Lee Sin. The nice little heal bait from IKennyU, baiting the Caitlyn in to try to take him down, and ends up being killed by the Lee Sin with a very nicely timed gank. It looks like Yellow Pete's just going to stay actually in this lane, maybe try to make something happen here, but he is standing on a ward right now. But does seem to see the Lee Sin, so don't really know what Yellow Pete's planning on doing here. Nightblue is now chasing down onto High. Don't know what's going to happen here. Lee Sin is now available, though, so they're going to try to turn this one around, and it looks like Nightblue's just going to run away from this one. But Zyra now being taken down. I do want to rewind this one just to let everybody know what happened here. The ultimate coming out of Zyra, not actually landing onto the Lulu, it looks like. But Akali just coming down, and watch the damage happen here. Just boom, taken down so quickly. Nothing that Zyra could do. And that's going to be a kill for the Lulu. Yellow P picking up his second kill of the game, sitting at 2-0 and 5. Very nice support score, I've got to say. He's having a very, very good game. I do tend to find that when ADCs play support champions, but I'm not going to talk about that right now because the stun is going to land onto TF, and it looks like Hai's going to take a little bit of damage from the ace in the hole. The wildcard's not going to land, and it looks like Lee Sin's going to be taken down by the roaming Akali. The ultimate coming out from the TF is going to stop Leblanc from going up into this, well, sorry, I was actually following the wrong one. The stun coming out from Leblanc is going to land onto the TF, and looks like Hai is probably going to die here. The Akali's coming up is probably going to be enough to seal the fate of Hai. Hai's going to, yeah, no, not even going to be able to get the distortion off. It's just going to get absolutely annihilated. But it looks like a fight going down into this mid lane. The Zyra being taken down by Pantheon. Pantheon being taken down by Zyra. Nice little trade there. And it looks like the shutdown bonus going to the Zyra on that kill onto Pantheon. Yellow Pete being taken down by the Jax, giving him his first kill of the game. And now the battle of the ADCs. Lucian trying his luck at trying to take down the Caitlyn. And it looks like a perfect Piltover Peacemaker is going to be enough to take down the jumping Jax. Very, very nice play. The Lee Sin Q not landing onto the Caitlyn. It looks like this might actually be a triple kill for the Kate. So much damage going down onto the Lee Sin. Her 90 caliber net is not yet available. 7 seconds left on that one. Going to try to land a nice Piltover Peacemaker, but it is not going to land. The triple kill falling out of the grasps of Caitlyn, but going to be pretty happy with a double kill, killing both the ADC and Jax. So Lucian and Jax both going down to the hands of Kate. Having a very, very good game. Sitting at 151 CS, 10 above her counterpart, and 5-1-1. It's kind of one of those things that what I would say is why it's so hard to come back into this game. It's not too bad to come back into a game when only one person on the enemy team is fed. If you take that person out, all their damage is gone and you can manage to win a team fight. But right now, when you look at the kill distribution on the purple team, you have 5-0 for Akali, 5-2 for Pantheon, 3-1 for TF, 5-1 for Kate, and even 2-1 for Lulu. Everybody is fed right now, and so even taking down one of them, if you manage to take down one of them, you still have 4 other people who are going to be doing more damage than the majority of your team. So it's a very difficult spot to come back from, but here's the kind of pick that they need. TF not being taken down yet, actually managing to stay alive with the wild growth coming from Lulu. Jax is actually going to be the one taken down by Night Blue's Pantheon. I thought that was a very good pick, but it just lacked the damage to actually take him down. Another battle of the ADCs coming here. The blue buff on Caitlyn, but the culling coming out of the Lucian is going to take him out. But TF is now going to try to come in here to try to pick off the Lucian, but is not going to be able to do it quite yet. Looks like, is this actually going to be a kill here? Pantheon jumping in onto Hai. Hai is going to get out of this one, but no, he's actually not going to get out of this one. Akali shouting, dashing over there. It looks like Lucian was finally taken down from the TF. Zyra taken down by the Akali as well, but it looks like Pantheon was finally taken down from the Zyra again, getting her second kill of the game. Not really where the blue team wants the kills going, but hey, a kill is at least a kill. But there's going to be the 5th turret of the game going in favor of the purple team. 5 turrets to 1. This gold lead is just insane. About 12k gold in the lead. And the damage coming down from this Akali. This is probably going to be a deadly Sin with that last one. And there's going to be the last tick of Ignite going in favor of the Akali, picking that Lee Sin up. And now sitting with a blue buff. The exact last thing that the blue team wanted was to have a buffed Akali. But with that Hextech Gunblade, she's doing so much damage, and she probably is sitting with a ton of gold right now. What does she say? Yeah, 2.7k for Akali. She's going to go back and just become an absolute monster. The most gold in the game by far is that Akali, sitting at 8-0-5. And when you see an Akali at 8-0-5, there is really not a lot that you can do. The only thing that you can do, I would say, is wait for Zyra's exhaust to be up, and then hope to God that you can pick her off. Because if Akali does not have an exhaust on her, she's going to pick off your team one by one with no trouble whatsoever. Especially when she goes back to buy. She's probably going to pick up like an entire Rabadon's death cap for all I know. I'm not entirely sure what she's going to pick up, but I'm very excited to see what her item build is going to be. Looks like Kate trying to get in here, but is not going to get blown up by Hai, actually using that Deathfire Grasp, but not landing the second distortion there. So not quite enough to pick her off. But Kate doing a ton of damage to Hai, and it looks like she is going to be still alive to pick off this turret. The inhibitor turret going down in favor of this purple team, and it looks like the Akali went back and bought a Zoni's Hourglass and another Blasting Wand. And while all this is going on, Jack's trying to jump in onto the Kate. Lulu going onto the Zyra is probably going to pick that one up. Looks like there's a lot of damage going down onto the TF. Going to be shut down by the Lee Sin. Kate going down because of the Jax. And it looks like Yellow Pete's Lulu is going to pick up the Zyra. The support war in the bottom was won by the purple team support. But that doesn't surprise me because he has a Morellonomicon right now. But it looks like the Night Blue is going to actually be right in here for the perfect timing for a counter gank. And a Kali as well going to jump over to the Lee Sin as well. Going to pick up a double kill while Night Blue picks up high. 3 kills going in favor of the purple team for that great counter gank where it looked like Jax and Lee Sin might have actually had Yellow Pete caught out a little bit. But that was not the case. The purple team just had that set up completely from the beginning. And looks like the first inhibitor of the game is going to be going down in favor of the purple team. And yeah, at this point, I don't know what you can do. 29-9 with like a 17k, or sorry, a 15k gold lead, 14k. I'm bad at math. Let's just leave it at that. Leave it at that. But let's say an over 10k gold lead. And it's just demoralizing to look at if you're the blue team. Even if you like might be remotely in a place where you could possibly win a team fight. Just seeing 29-9 on that kill score, it's pretty tough to get enough motivation to continue playing a game like this. It's so hard to come back from something this far behind, and now the purple team picking up another dragon. It's really just another nail in the coffin. But it looks like Night Blue is finally going to jump to somewhere. Going to actually jump onto the Zyra, and this is probably going to be one dead Zyra. He, like a great sidestep, I've got to say, from Night Blue is going to pick up the Zyra. And it looks like a lot of fighting is going on in this top lane. The Kate going to be picked off by the 3-man team of High, Jax, and this Lee Sin. But a couple picks here and there is what these guys need. Zyra going down, really not the worst thing in the world. But Night Blue just showing how skilled he is with these little side steps. And TF ultimate coming down, the stun landing onto the Lucian. Not going to actually be enough damage with those wild cards. He is going to survive there. And Night Blue is now very, very low. TF going to kind of be playing the nanny card here by stopping Jax's onslaught to try to kill Night Blue. But it looks like there might actually be a fight going on here. Night Blue missing his Heartseeker Strike is going to be finally taken down. Jax picking up that kill. And it looks like that's probably going to be the end of the fighting here. But while all this is going on, the purple team, Lulu and Akali, are taking down this second tier top lane turret. 50.4k to 33.9k. We're almost at the 20k gold lead in favor of this purple team, which is just, how do you come back from something like that? Like, it's a very rare circumstance to come back from something like that. And the only game that I can remember something like that happening was that CLG EU game against the old Moscow 5. I think there was a 24k gold lead in favor of Moscow 5, and CLG EU managed to set up a perfect trap at Baron, and they aced the team and then ended up pushing for the win at like 70 minutes into the game. It was a pretty incredible game. If you haven't seen it, go and try to look that up. CLG EU versus Moscow 5. It'll probably be one of the first search options, but it was a very long game and one of the best games I've seen in League of Legends. But while all this is going on, the purple team is now opting to go for the Baron, and fact of the matter is, there is nobody on the blue team even available to come and try to contest this. Looks like the Zyra is finally making her way up, High is finally moving on, but they have no vision of this whatsoever. But it looks like the fight is now going to come to the blue team. The Zoni's coming out of the Akali, the Zyra being taken down very, very quickly, and it just looks like the Kate and the Pantheon are just going to take down this Baron all by themselves. Stun is going down onto High, a lot of damage to Polymorph, so she cannot escape, and High is going to be taken down by Caitlyn. Yellow Pete is actually playing a pretty incredible Lulu, making sure that he gets those polymorphs right on High before she can escape. Very nicely done. Looks like the stun going to land onto the TF, and is going to be taking down iKennyU, being able to take down that TF, but it looks like Kate taking down the Lee Sin, and it looks like now Yellow Pete being taken down by the Jax. He is actually doing a pretty good job in this fight, flashing over the wall, and the Piltover Peacemaker not managing to hit him, and a very fail 90 caliber net coming from the Caitlyn. I don't think you could ever actually jump over that, but oh, would you look at that. Here comes the Akali to clean up the mess and pick off that Jax. And yeah, I think this might very well be GG here. If they actually decide to push it. So it doesn't look like they're going to push this. Looks like they're playing very, very conservative. There is a blue buff for them to take in the enemy team's jungle. They might just choose to take that blue buff, buy up, and then push in for the win. Because right now we're seeing Night Blue has 1,054 gold. Kate also has 1,700 gold. People definitely do have gold to spend, but the highlight player of this game has been that Akali. 12, 0, and 5. and just been roaming everywhere. I've seen Akali in the top lane, I've seen Akali in the mid lane, I've seen Akali in the bot lane, I've seen Akali in the jungle. These mobility boots with the home guard are making Akali just exactly what she should be, a assassin that you can't predict. And Akali is just roaming absolutely everywhere. And the blue team, since they're so far behind, has not been able to invest in the ward coverage that they need to actually know where Akali's going and to be able to shut her down. And at this point, when you have a 12-0-5 Akali, 9-4-11 Pantheon, 4-3-6 TF, 7-4-4 Kate, and a 3-2-18 Lulu, I'm not really sure what you can do to come back from this one. The purple team is really just playing this very, very cautiously to make sure that they don't throw something away. But here comes Night Blue. No, he's actually not going to jump in on that one. It looks like the purple team was not quite ready for him to come in. And if he had jumped there and just been taken down by 3 members of the blue team, that would have just been a waste of an ultimate, and it would have been a 4v5, which meant that they probably wouldn't be able to push this inhibitor down. But here comes the ultimate. Jax is now in a bad situation. Going to get locked down by all these stuns, and he is going to be taken down by Pantheon. Pantheon now jumping in onto the Lucian, is going to be taken down very quickly. Double kill going for Night Blue. He's now sitting at 11-4 and 11, but it looks like Lee Sin now in a bad situation, is going to be probably taken down by this Akali, but a great ultimate coming from the Zyra, locking everybody up for a little bit, and now High being able to pick up a kill onto the Caitlyn, locking down the Pantheon as well, but he's going to be taken down by the Pantheon, and Akali jumping in onto the Zyra, picking up another kill, 13-0-6, currently 4 kills to 1. And it looks like TF is probably going to be the target for this Lee Sin, but not actually going to mean anything. The heal coming out of TF as well, going to secure that kill, and that's going to be an ace. And it looks like TF now not going to kill himself because the surrender vote comes out of High's team, and that's going to be the end of that game, 40-14. Unbelievable game coming out of this purple team, and some incredible Akali and Pantheon play during that entire thing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Sad to see High lose, but I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with his lung or anything like that. I think he's still pretty much on the top of his game, but just could not attend that all-star game. So hope to see everybody in the next video. If you like this one, definitely subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And like this video, send some comments, any criticism that you might have. I am more than willing to listen to it and try to put it into practice for the next game, so that way these games are the best for you guys to watch. So thanks very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys in the next video.